What's up, you guys? It's Jonno! Dang, what a lit catch. I'm about to get a really sick catch, you guys. There's a 100% Exeggutor, and I saw it, and I was like, well, execute, I could skip an execute, and I was like, wait, that says Exeggutor right now. Like, holy carp! So yeah, I was like, okay, I seriously gotta do this thing. 100% Exeggutor. That saves me a lot of time because I don't have to do the evolution of a second execute. I can just catch the raw Exeggutor. I'm really excited about that. So what I'm gonna do is just cruise on over there. You guys know how I usually do it. How am I supposed to go left right there? What the heck was that? They want me to do some kind of U-turn? Okay, that was a weird left right there. I'm gonna have to go on a different left right over here because that made no sense. All right. Jonno's not trying to get in a car accident here. They had like a left at an intersection, but then there was like a median in the middle of the intersection that you couldn't go through. So I was like, well, how do they expect you to get through there?
In a quarter mile, turn left on
I think we have plenty of time on this spawn, but I may try to see if I can get it from this side of the block. But I'm like, well, there's probably gonna be people at the spawn that I want to say hi to. So, I don't want to catch it over here, even if I can reach it from over here. I'm just gonna go around the block. Let's go see how much time I have, though. I think I have time to do that. It's until 13:10. Yeah, I have like 17 minutes on this spawn. You guys, my battery is almost dead on my camera. I must have forgot to charge it. Oh well. We're gonna go around the block for like 2 seconds, catch this 100% Exeggutor. I'm like, what do I have to talk about for like a second? I kind of don't have anything to talk about for a second. Caught 2 unknowns yesterday. That was fun. Wifey got her very first unknown. If you guys didn't watch that episode, it was really good. It's mostly audio, but the audio is so heartwarming. It's like the best Pokemon experience I ever had in my life. This guy just randomly let us go into his front yard to catch an unknown. There's like 30 people. Now, some people are like, really 30? I'm like, yeah, because there's multiple cars that came up with whole families, and the whole families got out of the car, caught the unknown, and then left really quickly because they felt weird, you know, standing in this person's front yard. But I'm like a weirdo. I just hung out there and talked to the guy for a long time. But it totally wasn't weird at all. The guy was super nice about it, and he just talked to us for like so long. I think he really appreciated the company. Honestly, I think his whole family did. They were like, wow, we have visitors. This is great, you know? So they were really, really nice about it. It was a really good experience.
In a quarter mile, your destination will be
you know, it was just great. It was probably one of the best experiences I've ever had in my entire Pokemon Go life. If you guys didn't catch that episode, it's my previous episode before this one. It was a good one. It was a really good one, I gotta say. There's some episodes where I'm like, well, that was kind of meh. And unfortunately, that episode, I didn't get that much camera footage. But despite the fact that I didn't get much camera footage, it's still an amazing episode. Can't believe how good it was. All right, you guys, we're almost to this spawn. Sorry, that was a little bit of a long drive around. I started the filming just a tiny bit early because I thought I was basically there, but then I wasn't there. So now I'm basically there. They have these little tiny miniature speed bumps in this neighborhood, and they're like nothing. Like you may as well not even have a speed bump there. All right, let's go ahead and see if this thing is actually here. That would be sweet if it's actually here. You guys, it's winter. It's raining right now. It's literally raining outside. I have rain on my windshield, on my mirror, all that. It was actually pouring, and I was like, oh no, it's gonna be raining, and there's gonna be like, you know, it's gonna be hard to hear me. But then I drove out of the rain. I guess it's not that big of a storm. I drove out of it, and I'm no longer in the rain. So I'm like, okay. Let's see if this bad boy wants to load. Come on. Oh, you guys, I missed an unknown this morning. That was really sad. There it is. There was an unknown in my neighborhood this morning, like walking distance. I just didn't get it, you guys. I didn't get it. All right. I was sleeping. I did not get it. So that's why I'm kind of stoked about getting this 100% Exeggutor in the neighborhood. It's a good catch. I'm going to catch that bad boy with a Pokeball. Don't mind if I do. Pokeball, excellent throw, you guys. On the 100%, it doesn't get much more swag than that. And look, 900 Stardust for catching an evolved form as my streak. You get extra Stardust for catching those evolved forms, you guys. It's worth it to catch an evolved form. HP, attack, defense, Best I've ever seen. There it is, you guys. One more down on the perfect Pokedex series. And he's an extra large. Would have been sweet if he was double extra large. I can actually rename Pokemon now, you guys. I can rename Pokemon. The new app, I had to download basically the new version of the app that goes back to the old version of the app so I can rename Pokemon, so I can actually rename now. I need to go through and do like a whole renaming series and rename all my guys because they don't have the right names, you know, so I really got to get those guys the correct names so I can put them in my perfect Pokedex series. When I sort by name, I get all my perfects right here, but unfortunately, I haven't named a lot of them, so this list is actually incomplete. I have way more than this, and I just need to get on the ball and, like, actually, you know, evolve them. So, yeah, that's something I've kind of been waiting to do. Man, I really want, I really want to evolve some of these perfect Geodudes. I'm like, I should probably just do it. Let's just do it, you know? Like, why not? I got a bunch of, like, perfect Pokemon maintenance that I actually need to do. Renaming is one of them. I've got Pokemon that I could evolve so that I would have all of the species in a perfect. So there's just a lot of things like that that I have not done on the account that I need to do on the account. See, that one's 1037. The other one's 1089. I can change his name to 075. All right, and what I'm going to do is evolve the Golem. Why not? Let's just evolve it. I have so many candies. It's ridiculous. Now I finally am going to have a perfect Golem. Nice. So I'll have to name that one 076, I believe. Yeah, you guys, this is my perfect series, you know. I'm just trying to catch a perfect specimen of every Pokemon. Recently, I've been thinking about catching a wild specimen of every Pokemon, like getting one from the wild, and I honestly think I'm going to do it. What do you guys think? Power-up spree? Drop some of my Stardust on a perfect Golem. I could probably catch a bigger one. I don't necessarily have to do a power-up spree on this one. It's likely that I'll catch a really big one, but, you know, how much bigger am I really going to catch it? I mean, I've got a pretty big one here, so let's just go ahead and power this bad boy up. That's my perfect. May as well drop some dust on it. Drop some of my last little bit of dust. It's going to be like 111k spending spree. I don't think that that's enough to max this bad boy out, but we are going to find out because I really am going to spend all my dust. Let's go ahead and do it. The reason I'm doing this is because Golem is a top tier attacker, and I don't have one that's particularly, like, mega huge, you know what I mean? Like, I have one that's decently huge, but I need some really big boys, and the 100% are the only ones that go all the way up. So I'm like, okay, I really need to just power one of these guys, like, all the way up, you know? It's important to at least have some good attackers. One thing that I want to say about Stardust, you guys, for those who actually, like, watch my long videos, use the Stardust on your perfects. Use them on your really, really good legendaries, not necessarily perfects. There's only certain Pokemon you really want to power up, you know, like Golem, Tyranitar, Dragonite, Lugia, Mewtwo. You know, there's certain Pokemon that you want to save that dust for, but then once you get 100% of those species, don't be shy about using the dust. I know people who are saving like millions and millions of dust, but they have no powered up Pokemon, and I'm like, you're not quite doing it right because you need to power up the Pokemon with the dust. Like, that's what it's there for. It's not just there to accumulate a huge number and look cool because you have a lot of dust, although that is pretty cool, you know, like having like 5 million dust just sitting on your account. I'm like, okay, granted, that is pretty cool, you know, but the really cool thing is having max powered up Pokemon. That's what I think. So that's why I'm all about dropping the dust on the Pokemon, spend it so you can have some big boys and, you know, just actually have like Pokemon that are worth fighting with so you can be a really good attacker in the battles, and then you'll get more balls because you do more damage, and then you'll be helping people out because you have really strong Pokemon, so you'll be like the strong guy that's kind of carrying the team. So yeah, that's just kind of how I feel about it. All right, you guys, Rock Throw Stone Edge on this bad boy, and we have got a really, really good Pokemon here. So I guess I'm going to have to cut this episode short, but we're almost at the 10-minute mark, so I'm like, well, let me just go ahead and see if I've got anything else that I can do. Look how many Haunters I have and Gengars I have that are perfect, but I do not have a perfect Ghastly. I was foolish and I got rid of my perfect Ghastly. Whoopsie! Okay, so 102 for this guy. That means that 103 is my Exeggutor that I just got. So at least I already have that one. So let's go ahead and rename him, and that'll be the end of this video. Let's go by recent. So yeah, I haven't been renaming. I need to be renaming. It's a big deal. You know, if I don't rename them, they don't show up in my series, and then I don't look like I caught all the perfects that I caught, you know? So at least let's rename these guys. All right, you guys, I think that's going to be it for this episode. We hit our 10-minute mark, so I feel pretty good about what we accomplished here. We did a little power-up spree, spent a lot of Stardust. I need to get a little bit more so I can power that guy up to max. And we also renamed a couple of Pokemon and caught a perfect Exeggutor. That is a sick catch. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Thanks to all my awesome subscribers, and peace!